Do the Aesha. Although this could be a sexy dance.
It could be.
It's very
Yeah.
you know.
Coming up on the Below Deck Med after show.
I kind of felt like a third wheel, so I was like, is this how it's gonna go for the rest of the season, or?
I'm not coming for your job.
I'm not gonna have Carrie coming in here from a random booze cruise telling me about standards.
You are still up with the laundry.
People finally realize that it has been great all along.
When I've gotten onto other bigger boats, it's like they have systems in plan.
Yeah.
In theory, yeah. The chiefs do choose the laundry cycle.
I want to like kind of go home and find like a small boat and throw myself into a chief stew role.
Yeah. Babe, I can read you like a book. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it had nothing to do with Carrie.
Do you think that she's ready to be a chief stew?
You've got to spend way less time changing into costumes.
The Below Deck Med after show starts right now.
There was an underlying mocking tone with Carrie that I sensed.
Just so you know, I'm putting a spare water in here.
Okay.
You don't have to look at that other fridge.
The only thing is with this fridge, it needs to...
I know it doesn't work, but I was just meaning once you finish that one,
No,
you
no.
can swap it out.
No, I understand.
You know, that was her vibe.
I'm not coming for your job. I could see that she was desperately wanting to tell me that she was second stew. I've been a second stew. I've been a chief stew. I don't care.
In my eyes, the floating position is basically a fourth stew position. So regardless of how much experience you have or what your rank is elsewhere, you gotta adapt to your rank in this environment. So in my eyes, Carrie's job was to assist us. It wasn't her job to come and supervise us.
You are coming to the chief stew, taking up time, complaining about rank.
I kind of felt like a third wheel, so I was like, is this how it's gonna go for the rest of the season, or?
I am using her on service a lot today because I want to see what she knows.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
As long as like I don't feel like I'm being demoted.
A good yachty, a good team player, anyone who deserves to be second stew, doesn't care about being second stew. It's like Fight Club. We don't talk about rank. We just are like, what are the guests doing? How can I help?
That is so true.
Ellie definitely confided in me that she felt like Aesha was pushing her to the curb.
But the difference is that Carrie has been a chief stew before and Ellie hasn't. Boom.
Ellie said that she was never a chief stew. She was a soul stew pretending to be a chief or something. I don't know. I heard all this drama.
Let's be honest, Carrie's a chief stew on a 30-meter. Like solo stew.
Yeah, no, I've been a chief stew like 8 years, yeah. As chief stew, 47 metres, the biggest that I've worked on. And so on the boat of the 47 metre would have been 3 underneath me. I did a lot of land-based as well. Actually,
You're like a house manager. Almost.
Yeah, house manager, yeah, estate manager, yeah, which is, it is different, but it's also the same. You know, obviously the house doesn't move, but it's f***ing big compared to a boat. And then the owner of the house also had a boat, so I'd like go and work on there as well from time to time. If he wanted to throw a party or whatever, he tended to favour me to go and deal with that. And then at the house, I had 4 girls, and then I also had outside staff, so I had 3 guys on the exterior. So that's quite a lot, because that's 7 people you're sort of responsible for.
Please don't tell me about standards from a booze cruise in Miami. That's unacceptable. Like anybody who's in yachting, when they hear the boats I've worked on, they know what's up. So I'm not gonna have Carrie coming in here from a random booze cruise telling me about standards. As arrogant as that sounds, that's just the reality of the matter.
Fortunately, the industry and the whole rank thing, people sometimes really hold on to it.
You know, I always loved to be a freelance stew.
Same.
Best time of my yachting years. And here's why it's great. You show up when they are stressed. They need somebody fast. And you show up and you are a beacon of light. And you have a light.
You're well rested.
You're well rested.
You're positive.
And they're just like, tell us about the outside world. Can you help us?
And when you get a freelancer in, often they are the floater because you don't know where to assign their rank. You don't really know them. You don't know their personality. You've already got like your shifts figured out and everything.
Exactly.
And so you often do just put them in this floating role where it's like, you're no rank. You're only here for a short amount of time. I'm going to put you where I need you, wherever I see fit.
Go over there, float over there. And they're like, okay, great.
Yeah.
Like a little jellyfish that stings all the little insecure stews.
Yes.
This floater is a disruptor.
I'm more than happy to just be put anywhere. Laundry, preferably. I love being in laundry.
I kind of felt vindicated when people finally realized that it has been great all along.
You are still up with the laundry. What is it? What do you think it is?
I just feel like the system isn't working for me.
I kind of knew a little bit more about what's actually going on with Brie because I was in laundry with her. And also, I was in the crew mess on quite a few occasions when people were actively talking about all of their things missing. Like even the engineer, he was looking for his bed sheets and, you know, everybody was kind of complaining about things. It's not that I wanted Brie to fail. I just wanted people to know that it wasn't my fault. Even if I had messed up one time.
Is anyone missing dress band?
Says Jono on the tag.
I wrote that because I thought it was his.
Mine's a 32, not a 30.
I just need a moment of vindication and then I can move on.
Sometimes my brain does get tired. Okay, so if you ask me to like read a book or like look at some numbers, that's not gonna like trigger my brain as fast as it would with colors. So I was thinking like, okay, well maybe like colors would be better for me. Let's give that a go.
Whatever you need to do your job is what you ask for.
Like little clip-on beads, so everyone has a color. It's not like it's ever too late to try. I don't know, from my experience recently, like when I've gotten onto other bigger boats, it's like they have systems already there.
For sure.
So you just have to follow their system. For us, it was like immediately getting onto the boat, having to clean it for the guests and everything. We didn't have time.
For sure.
It was just like, throw you in the
Chaos.
deep end and see.
The thing is, when you're joining a boat and you only have less than 24 hours and the provisions aren't arriving, you have to be selective in what you prioritize.
Yeah.
In theory, yeah. The chiefs do choose the laundry cycle, but I remember many seasons I'd be like throwing Sharpies. I'm like, write your names on the tags.
Yeah.
Like, and then days later, I'm like, did I not give you a Sharpie? Because no one will do anything unless you tell them, like, I didn't know. I don't know. I just put my laundry on. Is it hard?
Yeah. In a perfect world, yes. If I was running a boat that was year-round and we had months between each season, yes. When I've got like 17 hours till we pick up guests and I don't even have like all my interior join the boat yet, you're on your own.
Like Aesha was obviously also dealing with like a lot of on her end as well, and she did say like she wanted to give more trust to her crew before she burns out, you know, and that's like such a fair thing, I guess. But it would have been nice to have just an outline of something basic.
You know, second stew should establish things like laundry systems and whatnot. And obviously, laundry systems should be communicated between second stew and chief stew. They should both be in agreement as to what needs to be done. And then I think that, you know, second stew is responsible to teach lower rank staff as to how things should operate. Aesha gave everybody Sharpies to label their clothes, and then, you know, I brought the notebook and whatnot. So the system wasn't working for Brie, but at the same time I felt like I couldn't really step in anymore because she then began to kind of, you know, use me as a scapegoat for her own mistake.
Brie seems to be writing a list of laundry crimes about mistakes she's found in the laundry. I feel like she's just finding her own mistakes and blaming them on me.
So she started like blaming me for things, like I'm confusing her, this and that. So at a certain point I was like, why am I can't do anything anymore. I just need to step away.
I wish I could tell you how to make a successful laundry schedule when you're picking up charter in 24 hours. After the 6 or 7 seasons I did, never figured it out.
Yeah.
There is no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had this Medicaid, which was horrific. It was so devastating for so many people. But I think the one silver lining from that whole situation was that it delivered us Carrie.
I'm just like, who the am I right now?
You know, we've had this forward cabin. We finally got it repaired. You know what that means? Another stewardess. She's going to join today. Yay! Pretty cool.
It was like the best interior present I've ever been given.
Carrie brought what we needed in that moment.
And she was such a vibe. Like, she was fun. She was a lot of fun.
Within 30 minutes of being on board, she called me a stripper.
I was like, whoa, like, where's she going out tonight?
We need to get you a pole.
I know.
A stripper pole for the stripper heels.
I feel bad because now I'm like, oh no, she's very sweet.
I don't know. She doesn't seem to like me. This might be a problem.
I heard a Scots accent and I went, holy she's going to be fun.
Wild card, eh?
I was myself because I was thinking, how do I get to the bridge? Like, I've been to the bridge on many boats, it's not that hard.
To be able to watch Aesha have some relief for me was incredible.
How do you feel if we brought in another stew?
That would feel amazing.
To watch how hard she worked with the confrontations.
Basically everything that Brie says, Ellie has said the complete opposite. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now.
And the laundry.
This was Ellie's one. It was in Gail's drawer. It's not that f***ing hard.
Everything that happened that the interior team has gone through, bringing Carrie on board was a breath of fresh air. Like, she brought the lights on.
I still kind of think we would have been better off, the three of us. Because at that point, yes, we were tired, but we were running on momentum. And there is something about the mindset you get into when you know it's on your shoulders. Like, you have to make it work.
Do you feel like you were almost overstaffed at that point?
No, overstaffed?
No, but hear me out.
Did you see how run ragged I was all season?
I feel like it almost seemed like the girls were finally in a place where they knew what they were doing.
I think from the outside, it might have looked like people were finding their feet. If anything, it was the opposite. The interior was like somehow slowly declining. I thought that laundry was going well. It turns out the crew were all covering for Brie and laundry was still an absolute nightmare.
I'm on one polo.
Found Joe's polo hanging up in Ian's room, which means that Ian got given it. Like, it's your responsibility. And then Ellie was getting all these cocktails sent back.
Cheers, ladies. Enjoy.
It tastes weird. I mean, we could just sit here and keep trying all night.
She was moving slower and slower every charter that we went on.
Elle, how are we getting on with those drinks that I ordered?
The drinks are gonna be there in 1 minute.
We were kind of like a well-oiled machine at that point. Everybody knew what their role is, what they're doing at all times. We became quite efficient as a team, you know? And then bringing the fourth person in, it just completely threw the dynamics off. And it just became kind of demoralizing and it started taking a mental toll. And it just ended up bringing the team down.
I mean, even though she's not on my team, I even felt the extra help that she brought. Like, it made quite a big difference, yeah.
And when Carrie came in, finally I had this person who just knew exactly what they were doing without me having to say a word. And so I think, yeah, her coming in, it might have seemed like we had all this extra time because Carrie and I were just running rings around the other two girls.
Yeah, okay. Because when I'd come down and it
because
just
I
seemed
basically got Carrie and I to do like everything.
Yeah.
I don't think that laundry room's seen such professionalism in its life. Like, I'd put my polo in, and as I'm giving it to her, she'll give it back clean. I'm like, Jesus Christ, all right.
And funny enough, it was your own.
I'm over feelings. I'm over incompetency. I'm over all of that. I just want us to jam and get the done and finish strong.